Hey everybody! I've talked a bit in the past about this game Worlds Adrift, which is an old game by well, not old, it's a game by Bossa Studios that they attempted to make. It was a physics-based MMO, where essentially you were on floating ships, going from floating island to floating island, and it was a lot of fun. It was one of my favorite survival type games, but it wasn't able to see the light of day. They weren't able to keep the funding for it, and they had to shut it down. Uh, but the islands in the game were all community created, and I tried my hand at making one myself, and I just found it. I found the old file for it, and the island creator still exists. So I wanted to just do a little run through of the island I made, which was a recreation. It's a work in progress. It's not done, but it's a recreation of the Great Plateau from Breath of the Wild. So to start off, I've got the revival chamber from the Great Plateau. Um, the way Worlds Adrift worked is you got these things here, which were knowledge canisters. You research these with a little device you had, and you could use that to get parts for your ship and research them and learn them. So what I had here is you don't spawn on these islands; you fly to them. So this acts as a loot room. There's a chest where Link would be revived, and a few more loot things in here. I tried to mix the design of Breath of the Wild a little bit with the aesthetics of Worlds Adrift, which are kind of Art Deco. So I've got the game's logo here, as well as a little bit of different art here, kind of embedded into the ground. And the way I did this is I took because it's all preset models. I took this preset model and stuck it halfway in the ground and just let it poke up, and it looks like decals on the ground. That's why you can still kind of see it's poking up a little bit. You can see I took a lot of liberties with the actual, mechanism here to revive Link or whatever, because it looks a lot different. But yeah, this is one big structure here, and then I put a light on it, and there's two things here. Pretty simple. These pillars are a lot more complicated, though. This is like one, two, I think 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 pieces, I think. These side things are one thing, and then the pillar itself, I think, is 2, and I don't know if the top bits are multiple or not. I can't remember. But as you can see, I little details, like I had these ones be double broken and these ones just be single broken. I wanted to make it unique. I made these walls here, which are supposed to be like the shrine walls. I made them different. This one's got a crack here, but this one doesn't. This one's got over here a couple crack, or a small crack. But yeah, this is just the beginning, though, because like I said, it is the whole Great Plateau. So I've got it here. You run out here. Very dark in here. Like I said, it's not a finished map. Climb up this. What was the climbing? Oh, I respawned myself. So you climb on up here, and so we've got the Great Plateau. That's where the Temple of Time would have been, but I hadn't quite finished it yet. I've got the path, though. We've got the little thing where the little overpass where you meet the old man. This path down here. I've got the pond over here where you could get one of the early game swords. I even made a little sword here. This sword was a lot of fun to make, because this sword, you can kind of see, that is a whole bunch of rebar models that I just slapped together. This is not an in-game sword model. I just kind of threw that together, and that was a lot of fun to make. In the distance there, you can see I've got the tower. We'll certainly explore that, but not quite yet. The trees are randomly placed. I didn't spend a lot of time on them, so they're not there's not a lot of them. I was going to add more later, but this was just so I could get an idea of what everything looked like. Back behind here, I'm going to go up there real quick. It's not, super detailed behind, because, there's not a lot back there in the actual game. But back here we've got the mountain, which I used a sand texture and made it white to get some snow on there. Over here, I was going to have one shrine. I wasn't going to have all 4 in the Great Plateau. I was just going to have one, but it was going to be a actual challenge. I was going to custom make an entire shrine using Worlds Adrift mechanics, so there would be a lot of grappling hook puzzles that you would have to complete. But this is where you would enter it. It's obviously extremely unfinished because there's nothing here. But the idea was you would actually go into the island and go through a whole shrine. And then you would get some good loot at the end. The tower is a lot of fun, so you can hook parts of it, but you can't hook the shiny looking stuff. I made it square because circle is very hard to do with the stuff that I have, but all these platforms are different. Slightly, there's some of them are slightly bent. Some of them are bent out of shape. I used different ones as best as I could. And then you get up here. This was a fucking pain to line up, by the way, 'cause, like with the rebar surrounding the stone. There, it was very, very hard to do. But you get up here. This so the structure, the way I made this is the thing you saw down there, which was how I built the shrine, the entrance to the shrine. This is that flipped upside down. So this is that flipped upside down with just a flat concrete thing placed in the center of it. You've got this knowledge canister, this cool thing, and then I placed a bunch of structures to make it, to make it look like this. And then I've got a loot chest up here as well. So there's, I wanted there to be actual rewards for exploring the island. This place down here, I'm actually the most proud of, though. I'm going to head on down there, but it is the most accurate to the actual game. Okay, so we are reapproaching here. I was very careful to make this place... It's obviously a very downsized Great Plateau, but I was very careful to make sure everything was placed in correct locations. This is... Directionally, this is very, very close to what... to where this set of ruins is. This is where you... I think this is where you get the bomb shrine, I think, in the game. In this one, it's a little bit different, though. So, these walls, I spent ages on this. This is what I spent the most time on in this map. There is a guardian in the center, which could look better, but I did the best I could. That is a functional turret, which will aim at me and shoot at me. Let's go ahead and just let him take a shot. Yep, there he goes. And he is pretty hard to take down. You do get a gun in this game, but it's not very strong. These walls are pretty much to a fucking T accurate to what they look like in-game. I had screenshots, and I had my Switch with me, and I just remember building... sorry about the cannon, I can't stop him now, but... essentially, this is where the shrine would have been in the game, and there's a couple loot chests here, and a knowledge canister, and some sweet fireflies. And then a boulder, which looks very Zelda breakable-esque, I think. And that's what you would do in the actual games. You would break that boulder. Oh, don't shoot me. There we are. But that's the gist of everything. Temple of Time I never completed. The overall island is kind of small, but it's literally as big as you can make it. This is very big for Worlds Adrift Island standards. I even went as far as to make sure the grass was the right height, accurate to the character comparatively to Breath of the Wild. There was a lot of little details I managed to squeeze in here. I'm going to go ahead and just show the map from above. This is what it looks like. You can see it is round at the bottom for the most part. It's kind of gross looking. I spent a lot of time trying to make this bottom not look bad because the terrain tools are not perfect. See, this is all flat, which I hate, but that's whatever. Most people aren't going to see that anyways, but yeah, this is what it all looks like all together. I would love to finish the Temple of Time someday. I had ideas back in the day. I don't remember what they were, but this was going to be pretty nice. But maybe one day I'll finish it because the island creator's not going anywhere. But yeah, I just wanted to show this off. Worlds Adrift was a really important game to me, and I'm sad to see it go. I was sad to see it go. It's been gone for a while now, but it's nice to kind of relive the memories a little bit with this map, because I put a lot of time and effort into this map, and yeah. Anyways, that's all I wanted to show. Thanks for watching. I'm okay.